Hello, welcome to the third lesson on finding main idea in a essay. We are going to be looking for the unstated main idea in this. By it being unstated, it may not be clear right away, and we're going to kind of have to be a detective to determine what the main idea in this essay about soil is. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and read it, and then we'll kind of play our detective game together. So I'd like you to read it along with me. Um, you can actually whisper read it if you would like. So here we go. Soil. Pick up a handful of soil. What do you see? Healthy soil is rich in humus or decayed plants and animal material. Humus provides the soil with nutrients. Plants use the nutrients to grow. Animals, such as mice and snakes, make their home in the soil. Soil is also home to millions of ants, beetles, worms, and other critters. It might not look like it, but even the smallest handful of soil is teeming with life. In fact, more organisms live in soil than in any other habitat on Earth. If you look at a sample of soil through a microscope, you'll discover fungi and bacteria. These life forms break down dead animals and plants into simpler things, which enrich the soil. Too small to see with the unaided eye, fungi and bacteria also find their home in soil. So now I've read that essay. So let's look at and think about and put our detective hats on and see if we can figure out exactly what this main idea is about. So if I scroll down, we're going to look at that unstated main idea. So we're going to be looking for that in here. I'm going to kind of highlight some things that will help us find that unstated main idea. So let's go back up to here, and we're going to look and see if we can figure out what perhaps will help us find that unstated idea. So let's look up here. Now, if we kind of see that it talks about plants and it talks about soil, but it really doesn't talk about the different types of plants. What it's really mentioning is living things like snakes and mice. It's talking about, it says it's teeming with life. The smallest handful has millions of things. There's beetles, ants, and such things. So I think really what this essay would be about, the unstated idea here, would be that soil contains many different forms of life and all kinds of life. So, what details tell us that? Well, we know that mice and snakes live in soil. We know that there's ants and beetles and worms and all kinds of other insects live in soil. And that, in fact, there's millions of different organisms that live in a handful of soil, even fungi and bacteria and small things that you would need a microscope to see. So all those things would be our details that we would talk about in here to support our main idea. So if we look at our essay, again, we see animals, we've got mice and snakes, we have worms and beetles and ants and other critters are mentioned. It talks about organisms. It talks about fungi, which are living things, and bacteria, which are living things. So all these things can't be seen. So I would say again, our unstated main idea is that soil contains many different life forms and animals, and the details are highlighted up there in red and blue, that all kinds of animals live in it. So again, a short mini lesson on finding the unstated main idea and the supporting details.